Threadless forks come with a steering column without any threads. New forks come with a long steering column so they can be fitted to different size frames. This video will review how to size and cut the threadless steering column. Begin by determining how long the steering column should be. Simply put, it should neither be too long nor too short, but the just right can vary with the intended use. When cut too short, there will not be enough column safely engaged inside the stem. The upper stem bolt here is grabbing nothing. But this bike, the stem has been slammed. That's a term when the steering column has good engagement in the stem, but the column's been cut so short, there's no more room for any spacer underneath to raise it, should that be desired. Of course, columns can be cut a little bit long. That allows us to move the stem up and down by taking spacers, moving them between the top and the bottom. Here, we're now a little bit lower. However, too much steering column below the stem can be problematic. It can cause the column to flex and potentially fail. Generally, try not to exceed 45 millimeters measured from the base of the stem to below the top bearing cover. Check your manufacturer for their specifics. On the other hand, too much column above the stem leads to other problems. We don't want this to be the first thing that's hit by a user in a crash. There is no hard and fast rule here, but use your best judgment. An important consideration in the column length is so it is cut that it does not contact the top cap. The top cap needs to press on the stem in order to adjust the headset bearings. Steel and aluminum columns can be cut a little bit shy of the top of the stem to avoid that contact. A simpler solution is simply a spacer underneath the cap. In this case, would avoid that contact and allow for adjustments. Some bike designs route the housing and tubing internally through the headset. All the concepts described for non-internally routed headsets apply to these internally routed bikes. You will certainly expect these to take more time. Be sure and get the stem height correct before finishing the housing length or tubing length. If you are matching the old steering column, it is best to remove the fork to get an accurate measurement. Measure the fork from the base of the crown raised seat to the top of the column. Mark the new fork to be cut at the same distance. However, a reliable and safe method to determine the cut line is to install the new fork in the headset before cutting. Install the fork crown race. Install the fork and bearings by guiding them into the head tube. Install the top bearing, compression sleeve, and bearing cover. And install the desired spacers and stem. For steel and aluminum columns, we can mark it at the top of the stem. And then allow for the top cap, making our cut 2 to 3 millimeters shy of the mark. Or alternatively, a narrow spacer can be stacked above the stem to avoid top cap to column contact. Remember, with a carbon fiber column, it should stick out a little past the top of the stem. We will mark it a bit above the stem and cut here. After you've made your cut mark, remove the fork from the bike. Here is a steel steering column. We're going to cut it shy of the top of the stem, about 2 to 3 millimeters. We make our mark a little below from where we marked it at the top of the stem. We'll cut at this little shorter mark when we're using the hacksaw. Use a saw guide to make a square cut. If you're using a hacksaw blade, they're narrow, use either the SG6 or the narrow slot of the SG 7.2. If you're using the diamond grit style blade that's thicker, use the SG8 or the wide slot of the SG 7.2. Mount the guide in the vise. If no vise is available, you can use a repair stand to hold the fork column as you cut. Install the fork in the guide. Inspect inside the guide to see if the blade is hitting your cut mark. Adjust accordingly and secure the handle. Cut metal columns with normal hacksaw techniques. Apply pressure on the forward stroke and draw back lightly. If the column is carbon fiber and you are using a grit type saw blade, use a different technique, as it is basically a slow grinder. Cut using moderate pressure only, moving back and forth. Carbon dust is a potential health risk due to the small size of the dust particles. Take normal precautions of wearing a dust mask and working in a well-ventilated area. Additionally, to minimize dust from the carbon, keep the cutting area wet. Pay special attention nearing the end of the cut. Lighten the stroke as you finish through the carbon fiber column. Once you are done, finish either the metal or carbon fiber cut by deburring the end of the column. Loosen the clamp on the guide and push a little of the fork through. For steel or aluminum, use a file, such as this half rat. Rotate the fork as you run the file along the edge at an angle. Now deburr the inside. For metal columns, a deburring tool is also handy. For carbon fiber forks, use coarse grit sandpaper to the same effect. And that was sizing and cutting the threadless steering column. Once you're done, you'll need to install the star nut or a compression plug. For more on that, see the Park Tool YouTube channel. Remember, measure twice before cutting. And if your stem is slammed, let us know in the comments below.